Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I am here to show you what I created with the March Paper Pumpkin. So these are the alternates for the March 2024 Paper Pumpkin box, or kit, and it's called Memorable Meadows. I will tell you, this Paper Pumpkin is not really one of my favorite styles, because it has papers in it that are a lot like some of the papers that we have been getting over the last few years through Paper Pumpkin. And we have a lot of 6x6s that are like that. And so therefore, it's just not my favorite. It's not my favorite style anyway. I would rather have a whole bunch of other things in my Paper Pumpkin. But that's what we have to work with this month. And so it was a little challenging for me in some ways. In other ways, it was kind of easy because it's something that we're familiar with. So when you open the Paper Pumpkin box, you can see mine is now a mess because I've taken stuff out. You have a garden green Stampin' Spot. It comes with 2 sets of stamps this month. One of them is the regular stamp set that would come with it. And one of them, and I'm not sure which one would be which, because they both come together and they both complement the set. Excuse me. And so, but this is March, and it's the anniversary of Paper Pumpkin. So in March, we always get 2 sets. And this one is primarily words, and this one is a flower, which we will use later, and it's really cool. It comes with tags, these little tag images here. I'm going to pull a couple of these out while we have them, just so that I'm sure I have what I need. It has envelopes, so there are enough in here to do 3 different cards. So there's enough for 9 cards. That's not part of this one. And so these are the envelopes. I did not do anything with the envelopes this time, but you could cut them apart and use them for designer series paper. There are 3 cards that are like this. They open to the side. Yeah, they open to the side, and they're the flowered cards. These are more tags, and I'm going to grab a couple of those just to make sure I have enough. I got 2 Paper Pumpkins, so I should have extra products here. More than I need, and so I will make those up. Okay, then we have bling right here. Can you guys see that bling in there? And a package of dimensionals and some glue dots. And I already have those, so I won't need those. More envelopes, more cards. Okay, so then there's 2 more cards. This is one of them. And I have cut these apart to use for other cards. And this is the other one. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat all of a sudden. Get rid of him. That's the other one. They're clear on the inside or white on the inside. Then there were these wooden die cut type things. There are die cuts. I can't get them out. But they are wooden, and I did not do anything with these. I'm not sure what I would do with them. They're really kind of big, and so if I put it on a card, it would be wouldn't go through the mail well, probably. It'd have to be hand canceled, definitely. So let's just put this all back in here for now. We are done going through our box. I'm sorry, guys. I woke up with the allergy thing going on today, so I waited a couple of hours here to do this video for that reason, thinking, okay, now my medicine's kicked in, but I'm not sure it really has. So, but we'll get started. So this is my first alternate. Let's pull that out of there. And I use the Garden Meadows dies with this so that I could cut this archway. So let's see. I've already cut it on mine. And so I have my archway. This is one of the card bases, and I cut the left-hand side So I would get that tree. This is a piece of vellum that was in there in the boxes. And it's really a heavy vellum, but it's really pretty. Okay, so let's get started with a stamp pad and a stamp. I did reach into my Garden Meadow stamp set for some of my greetings. This is not one of them. This one comes from the actual kit this time. But I did reach into the Garden Meadow stamp set, and I'll tell you when I do. Okay, I've already got ink on it. Can you believe it? I barely touched it. You know why? Because when I opened that pad, I got ink on my hand. So I've already got ink on there. So let's just grab another one here. And this is going to go in the center of this one. I'm going to stamp, and that's with Tuxedo Black. Let's just close that up so I don't get it on anything else. Okay, so I have a piece of basic white that's going to go on the inside of my card, right in here. And then for my front, I am going to attach this to here because I want to pop it up on dimensionals. So we're going to use some of those dimensionals that came in the kit and put them around here. And I want it to stay up, so I think I will use some of these little edges that are on here to just kind of help hold it up. They are good for this. So I'm just going to place that right in the center there. I'm going to cut another one here. You can see I still have a ton of dimensionals on here, but by pulling those edges off, it means one thing, I will use the edges. And the other thing is I can still use the rest of the dimensionals. It doesn't compromise it anyway. So I think I will do that for all 4 sides of this. So see, the dimensionals stayed on there. And that gives me a good base for my, oops. This one might need a little help. It does, because it's a little bit short. So we'll put another one there. That's a lot of dimensionals. Okay, then I'm going to peel those off. But I want to make sure that it stays up so that it looks like you're looking through instead of just seeing it. Let's get all of those off. There. Okay. Now I'm going to place this. Gosh, Debbie, fumbles here today. Place this on the back of here. And I'm not worried if it doesn't. The only thing I want is I want to be sure that it covers, whoops. Not too worried about centering it exactly, but I do want to make sure that it is. Doesn't show. There. I could have cut that a little bit smaller. Okay, now it's popped up on dimensionals. Now I'm going to take my green glue, and because it's an uneven surface, the green glue works a little better for adhering it. And let's put that centered on the front, and I'm going to open this up flat, so I'm working with a nice flat surface. And I'm just going to attach that to the front of my card. I have my greeting, which I stamped, and I have this piece of vellum here. I'm going to attach the piece of vellum to the back of my greeting. Just like that. And then I'm going to put that on. I was thinking I put it on, yes, I want to put some dimensionals, but I'm only going to put them in the center so that they're not, I want it to sit on the other, on the frame. Let's go up a little, and we'll go just like that. And I'm not sure that's straight. There we go. Okay. And then we have some bling that came in our set. And let's grab a couple of those. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool here to pick up these sequins. And the last time I put them up here, but they hardly see them. So I've decided that I'm going to put them in here where I will see them. Just like that. Okay, so that's card number 1. Let me just pull that up so you guys can see it really good. And let's move on to card number 2. So card number 2 is super simple. All of these cards are really, really simple. So let's get started on that one. So these 2 layers are going to go together, the 2 on the bottom here, this black and the white. And all the measurements will be on my blog, which you will be able to find in the bottom of this video. If you watch it on Facebook, you will see them on my blog. If you are part of my club, you will have access to this as well. So, let's go ahead and put that. That is going to go on the inside. And the thing I love about green glue is I can still adjust it a little bit because that's crooked. That's going to go on the inside of my card. The outside of my card is going to be even more challenging to do because of it being crooked. But I felt it needed just a little black line around it. So I put the tiniest little black edge around this, which is great, but centering it on here is going to be the challenging part. Typically, I can just look at it and center it, but I noticed that one, the other one that I did, is just a little bit crooked. So let's see if we can put the paper straight to start with. So I'm using my grid lines here. And so if I used a ruler, it would probably be easier. Let's see how, oh, I don't have one in my drawer. I moved them all. I have them all over my room. Every drawer of my room has a ruler in it, usually. Okay, then we have this little piece of vellum, and I did cut this down, and I'm going to use one of the little greeting flags, although I'm not seeing one here. I could use this one because I'm going to cut it off. Okay, so on this one, I use the greeting from Garden Meadow. And I'm just going to stamp that in tuxedo black. Yeah, that'll be perfect. And it's the happy birthday greeting from there. And I'm going to trim it off right here. And then I'm going to take my, my vellum here. If I can pick it up. I'm going to have to put a piece of bling on there. And I'm going to move this over a little further because I want to center it, but I'm going to use this as my guide to cut. So I'm just going to cut from here, right in there. But you see I have a big area over here. And from here to here. So I'm really cutting it right along that. And let's see if I can cut that. I probably cut that like I shouldn't have. So just cut it straight in. Don't do any fancy stuff. Okay. Now let's see how good I did, how well I did. I did okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to attach these two together. And I'm going to put this on with a dimensional. And I think I have to move. And if you cut it and it's too long still, you can trim off the opposite end. So anything, cut off a little bit off this end if you need to. And there we go. So let's put that on with some dimensionals. And I'm just going to stick it right in here. And come in a little bit from that edge. Okay, now we have to put some bling on there because I have a black mark there from where my hand was. And we'll put a little bit up here. And I need to get rid of all these scraps on this table. Okay. And another one. This is hard. Maybe here. Can't go in line. You can't go in line. You can't be. Let's just put it right there. That works for me. Okay. So there is card number 2. Card number 3. This one is a Z-fold. And so your card should be, if you got the kit from me, your card should be scored. Let's get a bone folder here. So that. See a black dot on my screen. I'm hoping it's not on my camera, but it's on my computer. It looks like my camera's okay. So, okay. So I have some pieces here. This is a card that I've done a couple times recently. So I am going to use my Stampin' Seal for this, because this works really nice here, usually. Except I don't have my silicone mat under it. It's squeaky. I'm wondering if I need a new Stampin' Seal. It's kind of squeaky. A little mouse in it. Okay, and then this is going to get attached. So I did a Z-fold on that card. And then this is going to be attached to the front. Just like that. Let's see if they're peeled off. Okay, and then this is going to go on the inside. Should have put the other stuff on first, but that's okay. Just like that. This is going to go on the right side of that panel. And I only have like 1/8 of an inch there. This is going to go on the left side of the panel. So this is for writing a very skinny note. Or you could turn it and write sideways. And if you're long-winded, this is not the right card for you. So there we are. And then I'm just going to take one of the greetings from the kit. These nice little shapes were in it. And I'm going to use the Have a Beautiful Birthday stamp. And I just have more ink on my hands. Let's wipe off. Okay. And make sure that's inked well. There we go. Okay. Lid. And on this one, you're only going to put adhesive on this side over here. And just put it right up in there. Super simple, super quick card. I should have a piece of ribbon in my kit. No, it's not in my kit. I'm going to tie a little knot. So this is way longer than what I need. It is 5 inches, and you probably only need maybe 4. Could even maybe go less than that. This ribbon doesn't slide easily. It's not one that you can adjust easily. So when you pull it, you want to be sure that you're pulling it where you want it, because it, like I said, it's not like it's something you can adjust real easily. Once you've pulled it, you're done. Other than untying it. I think that pair of scissors needs replaced. They will not cut ribbon. And then, oops, which way did I go? Yep. Okay. And then I'm just going to attach this to the front of my card with a glue dot. Just up here, just like that. Okay, and that is card number 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay, card number 4. This one was fun. Okay, so this is a birthday card again. And so we'll get started. I've already done this die cutting. I probably should have put it together most of the way too, but I didn't do that. Okay, so this and this are going to go on the inside. Oops, I didn't want to do that. You know, some days it's just, you wonder how it ever comes together, huh? Okay, because I don't want to attach this to the inside of my card because I have a class coming up and I want to be sure that what I do is I put this in the back of the card so that in here usually they can see what I did for the inside of the card. Okay, so that goes inside the card. Then the front of the card, let's do that. The front of my card, what I did is I took this 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 4, and I cut this out of it. So then I cut this piece, which is a little bit larger than the opening, and we're going to put this together on here. So the easiest way to do it, at least I think, is to give myself some glue here to pop out this die. Because I'm leaving a space in between, I couldn't just pop it out on the card. So if I wasn't, I would have just popped it out right on the card, put the glue down, popped it out, and then gone from there. I find that the easiest place to start is on one of the corners. That goes up there. And just start placing it on. And I'm just going to leave myself like a 1/16 of an inch, maybe. I should grab my Take Your Pick tool. That might be a little easier to pick it up. And I use the liquid glue because it's easier to adjust, although it will dry in time. Okay. Whoops. And there's the top. So I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. Let's just get that apart. Let's put a little more glue down here. Oops. I'm going to move this up a little bit so it's easier to work with. Probably should have done half the card with the glue and then the other half. Uh-oh, now I'm in trouble. I don't know where this came from. Okay, let's just do the bottom of the card. Can't do the bottom of the card. I have to build downward. Okay. So I'm going to assume that this came from here. That won't fit. This one. It's a puzzle. No, that one won't fit either. Okay, this one's going to go over here. Okay, this one is going to go here, I think. No, this one's going to go here. No, it's not going to fit anywhere. Okay. I should have looked at this more carefully. This has to go in somewhere. It has to go in. It has to go in over here. This is so funny. All right, let's try. This one looks like it would go here, but it's upside down. So this one's going to go here. This one has to go in here somehow. It's just not going to. Okay, let's build around that direction. Okay, this one's going to go here. And all of this has to go up just a little bit. I got too much gap here. Yeah, this was not a good one to do on screen, is it? I just need a little tiny gap, so just enough that the black shows. All right, now let's move this one up here. Okay, but I'm going crooked, aren't I? Ugh, guys, this is not easy. I feel sorry for my girls tomorrow. Just figuring this out, because that one should be straight. Okay, this one is going to go down here. I think I'd rather make a different design. This one is going to go in right here. I'm still missing, oh, I'm missing a piece in there. That's why that one didn't fit. Okay, there. And this one, grab that one, move it. It's going to come over here. Okay, there's still a piece in here. I'm sorry, guys, I should have done this before. Match it on the outside, and then match this one right in there. That has to go up just a little bit. It's too close to this one, which made it too close to the next one. Okay. So you guys can see this die is beautiful, but it is a little tricky to use. See, I have a bigger gap here that would have been better if I had shifted it over a little bit. It's okay. It looks beautiful. And we're going to cover up the center, the hole in the center. Okay, so let's attach this to the front of our card. I probably should have used liquid glue here. It would have been a little easier to work with. Okay, we'll put liquid glue across the bottom. Maybe. Come on, cooperate with me. This is how it is when I have an allergy day. Nothing seems to go right. Now my hand is stuck to my frame. Okay, I'm going to lay this flat. And I'm just going to put this in here. Okay, then this I'm going to put on dimensionals, which I'm going to need some more dimensionals. Definitely. Let me grab a package of dimensionals out of my drawer over here. I don't There's so many dimensionals. Okay. I like dimensionals. I think they're fun. Okay. My great-grandkids like dimensionals too. They think they're pretty great. Okay, let's get this on here. So I put the dimensionals on. And I'm going to flip this over, make sure that I have the ground at the bottom, of course, and just attach that right in the center. Okay, I have a greeting, and I'm going to stamp that happy birthday again. This belongs inside. Yes. I will pull that over here. Flip this over. And I'm just going to go at one end and stamp happy greeting. This is just a piece of cardstock that I cut. And I'm just going to flag this way. This time. You can do the other cut if you want to, but I just needed it in the center here. It's mainly to cover up this hole. That is the main purpose of it. So I'm going to take my... I have some gold cord here, which I have wrapped up. Actually, it comes off the roll like this, which is super nice because it makes it really easy to use because it's already in a circle. And I'm going to put that on a dimensional, basically, is what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put that in the center here and attach it to the back of my greeting so that it is stuck to my greeting. And we'll come up a little ways and stick that on there. Okay, now I can peel this off and I can add another. I'm going to add another one right there just to give it lots of support on that end. And one on this end. I kind of shortened my greeting, but it's okay. And I'm just going to place that on there just like that. And I'm okay with my cord going that way. That works for me. And there is card number 4. Wow, we're zipping through these. Okay, the next one, and you could add bling to that, definitely. The next one, card number 5, move that out of here, is this one. And I just love this. I love these colors together. I think the Pretty Peacock was a perfect match for this one. For that card base. And so I have a piece of basic white that I'm going to adhere to the inside. But let's work on the front. So we have a couple layers here. So this is the card that was in the kit. And what I did is it was 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. And so I cut it. And so this is the 4 1/4 here, and just cut some 1-inch strips. So for that, I'm just going to use my glue. Either one of them wants to work for me today. There we go. Okay. Oh, let's make sure we have it lined up here the right directions. Are my flowers? Yes, my flowers are coming together. And I'm just going to leave a small amount on the edge. So that one's going to go there, and that one's going to go there. So I'm doing the 2 outside edges first, and then I will put the other one in the center between it. And allow a little bit of a gap. Whoops. Just like that. That's all it takes, and that just makes it so pretty, just to have that little bit of space in between. So let's see if we can get this little guy to work now. Yep. I think I'm going to give up on this today. I'm pressing. Excuse me. I'm pressing too hard. And Stampin' Seal is one of those things you're supposed to go really light pressure on it. But But today is a press hard day for me. I don't know why. So let's try the glue again. And my bottle is almost empty. So that's what's going on there. Okay. So let's just put this on the front of the, oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, ooh, I'm going to stamp on this. And so I am going to stamp with Pretty Peacock. And in one of the stamp sets that we got in the paper pumpkin is this little tiny, this stamp with all these little tiny dots. So I'm just gonna go around. I don't want to go on there because it'll end up on everything. I'm just gonna go around here. Nothing special, just keep going. All the way around. And I'm making a mess of my stamp. Oh, okay. Oops, my cleaning mat is not there. I'll put that over there just so it doesn't get ink on anything else. And then I am going to get one of these little tags and stamp with "Have a Beautiful Birthday" on it. And put off my stamp here. Disadvantage of not having a paper here. You can't just kind of blot it off. But I do love the glass mat. I can make a mess on it and it cleans off really easily. So. Okay, so where's my layer? I put it over here. So this is going to go on here. And then I'm just going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Just put that right on there. And then add a little bit of bling, and we're set to go. One here, one over here. Whoops, didn't get it, did I? One over here. And one, oh, I put one here. Okay. I think I got my tag over a little further, but that's okay. All right, so that's card number 5. And then this is the last card that I did. And I love this one. It's using the new in colors for the 2024-26 in colors. I think I'm going to love them. I really do. I think they're so pretty. So this is Petunia Pop and Shy Shamrock, I believe is what it's called. I have to look now. Yes, Petunia Pop and Shy Shamrock. And we are going to use the stamp set that came in our paper pumpkin kit. And so when I cut out one of our card number 1, way back here, when I cut this out, I kept this so that I can use it for something else. So that's what we're going to stamp on. And let me grab those stamps. There's a lot of them. Okay, so we're going to start with, we have the outline stamp and the greeting stamp, which we just used. Okay, I have to get a cleaning mat. I'm sorry, guys. Somehow I've lost my cleaning mat. There it is. It was right there on the table. I just couldn't see it. So just get a chamois to clean it with, because we don't want glue on it. So I'm going to start with my greeting. And I did it the other way around when I did that one. And then when I got ready to stamp my flower, it didn't want to fit. So I'm going just above, whoops, I guess I should get back on screen, huh? Just above where all of this starts. Now I have to position my flower in there. And I might be tipping it in order to get it to fit, because it is a very big flower. So I'm turning this over and I'm going to put ink to flower, ink to stamp, because it's such a big one. And I want to make sure I get a good impression. I only get one shot at this. Actually, I have another one of these over on my desk. So, okay, so this is going to work perfect. All right, and I'm glad I stamped my greeting first. That worked better than having to go back and stamp it last. Oh, and I missed. Some of this ink did not come off for whatever reason. Let's see if I can line this up perfectly and go back and get it off. Or I will be getting the other one. I have a shadow. Oh, let me grab the other one. Another one of those. Just because it's my sample for my class, I want to make sure that it looks right. Otherwise, it would be okay. Okay, let's try this again. So we're going to go with the greeting first. I wonder what's going on with my stamp. I'm going to try cleaning it really good before I do it again. Okay, so there is my greeting. All right, let's clean this off real good. Maybe a little moisture or something will help. I don't know. Looks good to me. Ooh, sorry about that. That's one of the disadvantages of glass. It is noisy. But you know what? I have glass on glass tables. My tables are glass. So it's always noisy here. Okay, let's try this again. And I'm hoping it'll stick. It did. So I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to rub it on the back here, just to be sure that I get a good stamping. And I did. I got a really good image. So it may have been that it was a little bit dry. I'm not sure why it didn't stamp well the first time. So we're going to come in with our petunia pop and fill in our flowers. Flower. There it is. There are so many stamps, I'm telling you. Okay, now I want you guys to see what's happening there. It's bubbling up. It's very common for a new stamp pad. I have a solution. You take a spoon. You don't want to waste all that ink. We want it there. It's just too intense. There's too much of it on the top. And then I'm going to try. Now it's better. Let's stamp it on something. Let's stamp it on this envelope. Nope, I can see that it's still there. Okay, it's still too much. So let's do it again. And I'm pressing down hard. And this spoon, if you're going to get a spoon to do this, I use a spoon to re-ink as well. Make sure your spoon doesn't have any burrs, like it got caught in the garbage disposal. That will ruin your pad. It'll just put cut marks in it. Okay, now let's see if I'm trying to get rid of some of that. Okay, it's a little better. Okay, that. Now let's try it. It's pretty inky. It's just really, really inky. Yeah. Okay. It is what it is. Right? Okay, let's line this up. And see how it looks kind of splotchy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but see how it looks splotchy? That's because there's too much ink on the pad. So there's not a lot I could do about it at this point. I have already scraped it down. The only other thing I could do is take a paper towel and just blot it. That would be the other solution to it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it alone. It'll dry up. It will. I promise you it will dry up to a certain degree. Okay, so then I am going to use the shamrock. There it is. I have it stacked nice and neatly so I could find them, right? Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the shamrock. So I'm cleaning off my spoon first, and let's just get a little bit of this shamrock. This is going to work better. This is not quite as bad. So let's get the shamrock. Yeah, this is better. And I'm just going to line that up. This is what's called two-step stamping. Okay, and then we'll do the centers of the flowers. Let's see, we're not going to do this one. We're going to do the flower centers. We don't have to color anything on this. The stamp pads are doing it all for us. This one probably needs re-inked. And there we are. Really easy, and it's just a real fun one to do. There is another flower in your set that's smaller. It's this one. I didn't do anything with it, but I think it's a really cute flower. So I will have to keep in mind. And I go back and use my paper pumpkins sometimes for classes, especially for greetings, because they usually have small greetings. This one has unusually large greetings in it. And some of them have larger greetings, but most of them have a small little sweet greeting in them, which is really nice because sometimes that's what I want, is just a small greeting. And so I will do that at times. Okay, so let's put this one on here. These two will go together and go on the inside of the card. If you're interested in joining me for my Spice Up Paper Pumpkin, you will find a registration for the next one on my blog at stampwithdeb.com. And it's not there yet. I will put it on there. And or you can email me through there and say that you want to join my Paper Pumpkin Club, and I will get back to you or send you the link to register for it. What I would do is I will send you the everything cut, and for the alternates, you'll get your paper pumpkin. I'll have your paper pumpkin sent to me so that I can do any cutting that needs to be done for you. And then I will send it off to you with the extra parts. So it will take a little longer to get to you, and but you'll have that. And so it is $30 to do the paper pumpkin with me, and that includes any extra materials that I use. Thank you for joining me today. This is card number 6, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you here next month for Paper Pumpkin. I am on Facebook Live on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And check out my blog. I'm at stampwithdeb.com, and check out my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.